So welcome everybody to the first DIA/SWATH course in Zurich. This is the first course of this kind, but we have kind of a fairly long history of doing various types of courses here in Zurich, starting with courses focused purely on SRM. And then we changed the scope a bit and we called it sort of targeted proteomics, and it included SRM and PRM and a little bit of SWATH and DIA, and we ran this for a couple of years. And now we decided to kick out the kind of more classical targeted proteomics stuff and go only for DIA and SWATH. And this reflects a bit better the kind of focus of the lab at the moment, I think, but also nobody else was really doing this, so we thought it would be fun to try this. So this first course started in July 2013, and we've been doing them more or less yearly since then. And there's a lot of different courses happening that are kind of similarly structured worldwide in many different places. So it's a kind of community of people running these different courses. And maybe I can ask who's been on one of these types of courses, or either in Zurich or elsewhere before. Show of hands. Not too many. A couple. Okay. And so this is the 5th iteration, and we're now going for DIA only. So who are we? This is the main organizing team in Zurich. So Rudy Ebersold is the head of the group here. Ben Collins is me. And these 4 people, Betty Friedrich, Isabel Bludau, Amir Benayas Fahani, and Nino Nikolovsky, you will interact with a lot. So we'll be doing a lot of the tutorial work. And basically, if you have any questions, you can come and talk to one of us. We also have some local instructors from Zurich who are giving talks during the course of the week. This is Ludovic Gillet and Ariel Ben-Simon. But I think what's really nice to have is this really excellent set of guest instructors from all over the place. So Tina Ludwig from Munich, who's a former member of the group here. Edward from Barcelona, who's also a former member of the group. And we have Mike McCausson, Brendan McLean from the University of Washington, Alexei Nazvishki from Michigan, Olga Vitek from Northeastern, and Lucas Reiter, who's also a former group member, but is now a member of a company in Zurich, which is focused on doing this type of work. So I think the goal here was to have a selection of people who, because DIA is kind of still very much a growing field, I would say we tried to select a set of people that would represent kind of diverse opinions about how to do things in this space. So I hope this will work out. I just have to acknowledge as well some IT support locally, Pascal Kagi in particular, and Patrick Bedroli, who had helped us set up these virtual machines, which we hope will work out. But this was quite a lot of work to get this going. So we'll see how that goes. So just a bit of housekeeping. Here we are. This is the campus map. So you probably came in on this road. This is the road down towards the city. This is where the meeting point is. We're in this building HCI. There is a fairly large cafeteria on the F floor of this building, and also on the E floor, the floor you came in on, there's some food options there. There's a little supermarket just not too far, close to the bus stops. There's also another large cafeteria in this HPH building. You have ATMs and post office across the street with the bus stops. This Bella Vista restaurant, if you keep going all the way to the end of this road that you came in on, we have this Bella Vista restaurant where we'll have the course dinner on Thursday at 6:30. So I think you should have a copy of this map so you don't need to memorize it. About network access, so many of you have already gotten an Ethernet cable, some of you don't. If you should be able to plug this in and you should be able to connect. So either you will be prompted to enter a username and password, and I'll say what that is in a minute, or else you can open a browser and this should allow you to enter the username password. There's also Wi-Fi connection, which you should have access to, so try either of these 2 networks, ETH or ETH5. They're basically the same but on different frequencies. Or you may also be able to use this EduRoam network if your institute or your university participates in this program. Then you should be able to directly connect to this network with your own credentials. So you should have gotten by now, I think, a username and a password, or two passwords actually. So the username and the first password will be to connect to the virtual machine. You don't need to worry about this for the moment, but we'll do that later today for the tutorials. But to connect to the network, you need to use this username and this Wi-Fi or VPN password. So that should work both for the Ethernet connection or for the Wi-Fi connection. And the username and passwords will be just this, and should have a unique number here and a unique number here. I just want to mention that as we have done for the last couple of years, we're recording these lectures, so not video, but we're recording the screen capture and we're recording the audio. And these are going to be posted online on a YouTube channel and also embedded in the website for the course. So what this means is that it would be great if people could use the microphones for kind of discussions and questions, because this helps us capture this, and this really benefits people, I think. And so mounted right behind you, there's little microphones mounted on the desk. So if you wouldn't mind to please use these for kind of questions and discussions. They have a little button on them, so please make sure to switch the button on and off, because if you leave it switched on, then I think it cancels the other ones. So it's very important to keep this button. Make sure to switch it off if you're going to use it. And yeah, so we will add it to this YouTube channel, and the videos. It seems like this is a used resource. So since we posted these 2 sets of videos in the last 2 years, we've had about 35,000 views aggregated over all the sort of 40-odd videos that we have there, which is probably not competing with Justin Bieber or something like this, but for proteomics, I think it's not too bad. Somebody is watching them out there. Is anybody watching any of the videos? Yeah? Oh, quite a few people. Okay, that's good. You will also find on your USB stick and also on the desktop of the virtual machine a URL link, which looks like this, the A course, and this will bring you to a kind of a cloud storage portal. And there's various things that you'll need here. The most relevant one for the moment is going to be the slides. So if you click on there, you should find the slides. It's empty right now at the moment, but we will be populating this kind of on a daily basis with PDFs of the slides from the speakers. So you can grab them from there. And yeah, the rest I will explain later on. Last thing to ask is, did everybody manage, or did anybody not manage to install this VMware Horizon client? So everybody has a laptop with this VMware Horizon client installed? Great, okay. Timo, not, okay. Sorry, Timo, I had to name you publicly. Okay, well, if anybody doesn't have that, we can come and talk to us about that at the coffee break, for example. So, okay, thanks very much for participating. Let's get going with the talks. So obviously thank you. We want to thank the invited guest instructors, in particular ETH for providing the infrastructure, and also SystemsX, which is the Swiss initiative in systems biology, who also part fund the course.